Hi everyone, this is chapter 2 of Core Java series. In this chapter, we'll be learning about the object-oriented programming. This is a very basic and very important part of Java. You can say it is the heart of Java. If you understand it well, you will understand the Java very well. You will not be facing any problem while solving or writing the code. So you better understand it very carefully, and you should take this very serious. Okay, so let's start with oops. So what does this say? Object oriented programming. Why do we say object oriented programming? Because everything revolves around classes and objects. What are classes? Classes are nothing but the blueprint, or we can say plan of a home, plan of a object. When we have a plan, we create or we build our home. Similarly, when we have a class, we have a blueprint of object, and then we can create an object of that class. Okay, so let's start with object oriented programming. What do we have? There are sub parts in object programming. What makes it special? So there are four parts of oops, four pillars we can say. First one is encapsulation. I will give encapsulation, and second we have inheritance, then polymorphism, and last one is abstraction. Okay, right. So how we'll start? We'll start with the explanation of class. What is class and how can we build class and objects? Okay, then we'll move on to all these topics. So let's start with class. So what is class? Class is a blueprint. Is a blueprint or blueprint or plan in simpler terms, or template. What the heck? Template for creating object. So I have given example also. Again, I'm explaining. When we are about to create our home, we plan first. We call an architecture. He plans where we will build our kitchen, our room, washrooms, parking, everything. It is defined first, then we build. Similarly, whenever we are creating an object, before creating an object, we have a class. After class, we'll be creating the object. In class, we'll define what variables and what things we'll be having in the object. So object is a physical entity which will be having a state. It will be stored in memory, but class will not. Class is just a plan. Okay, so this we understood. And one more thing I'll add here. It defines the state. And what do you mean by state? State means fields. What fields would be there? Or attributes like the name, roll number, class, and behavior of methods. We'll understand it better by giving an example. That objects created from it will have. Okay, what I have given you, we have a class. Class is nothing but a blueprint, a plan. It defines the state. Similarly, it defines the room, how many rooms, how many washrooms, how many parkings, how many drawing hall. So they defines everything similarly as we plan to build a class, build a home. So this is it. Now what is next? Next is object. So what is object? Object is an instance of a class. What do you mean by instance? It's a physical entity which will be stored in the memory. Okay, so I'll say it is a real world entity that has a state, behavior, and identity. Okay, and it is saved in, it will be saved somewhere in memory. It will be saved in memory, or I can give you the name also, heap memory. There are two memories, heap and stack. So it will be stored in heap memory. Okay, now, so this is the definition only. Let's go with an example, a simple example. I'll open my notepad. This is I'll open my Eclipse and I'll show you one example where we build a class. We will create a class and object and we'll see how does this work. Okay, so I'll create it is basic, so I'll create in this package only, and I'll write one classic example of bank account where where there will be 2 or 3 users I'll be creating, and those users should have some have some balance, and I'll try to deposit or withdraw the money from their account. This program will write here. Okay, so I'll give class and I'll give bank account. Class name is bank account. So this is bank account. Now what is the first thing we'll do? We have defined the class here. So public class bank account. So this public is the access modifier we have learned in the previous class, where previous lecture, where public says that it is available for everyone. It can be accessed by anyone. Public is publicly available. So this is the definition of class. How do we define public? The class keyword, then the class name. Definition of class, right? Now we'll add some fields. What are the fields? I'll give private. Private is again access specifier, access modifier, which will restrict the fields to be accessed only within the class. Only in this class we can access this. Account number, private, double, balance. So you see here I am choosing the data type. Why I am choosing data type double? Because my balance can be in decimal also. Okay, I have choose string as a account number because it will be a string. I can use numbers, int also, integer also, but to better manipulation, to do the better manipulation, I'll use string, because account number, it will be just like the name, it will be used like a name. And private string owner. Okay, now next thing we'll be creating constructors. What are constructors? Constructors are nothing but a way to initialize the value in an object. So this constructor I'll be building public, and always remember, whenever we are writing the constructor's name should be same as that of class, and the argument I'll take everything. Account number, it is the parameterized DOBLE, it is parameterized constructor I am writing here. So this is double. I'll give we can give anything, like these are some variables. Initial balance I can give here because we have to maintain this. And let me give one more thing here. What is it? String owner. Okay, now let's go Now this dot account number equal to account number, and this dot owner equal to owner. So what is this does here? This brings the current value of this owner initial balance and account number and put it into this. So this value will be coming from here from the constructor, and it will be given to the current variable value. Okay, it will be replaced with the current value. So last we have this dot, we have initial balance, this dot balance is equal to initial balance. Okay, we have created the parameterized constructor. Parameterized means it has parameters, 3 parameters in it. Okay, now the next thing, we'll decide the behavior. What is the behavior? Behavior is the method. We'll define a method. What we are trying to do, public void deposit is the method name, and it will accept the money, whatever amount we are trying to deposit, amount. And we'll do, if amount is, we'll do one check, amount is greater than 0, and we'll deposit the money in the balance. So what it would be, balance will become balance plus amount, balance plus amount, and we can write this as like this also. When we have to add the same variable to the next variable, we can do like this. It is same, but it is similar to balance equal to balance plus amount. Okay, so we have done this. So this is what, this is the method which comes under behavior. Okay, now let's go to the next part. We have same method we can create, but in this method we will do withdraw, and in withdraw, with the draw, we'll be withdrawing some money if amount is less than equal to balance. So here we are checking if balance, we have the sufficient balance or not. If amount is less than equal to balance, if the amount is less than equal, so obviously the balance is less than amount, then we cannot withdraw it, we have to deposit. Okay, then we will, what we do, we will update it balance, right? So this is withdrawing and this is depositing. So this we have done. Now we'll move to the next question, and we'll make this boolean also, so that we understand return true. Okay, because if withdraw is successful, then we'll return true, and we'll know that the withdraw process gets successful. Okay, otherwise if it does not do, what we'll do, we'll go for false. So if balance, okay, so we have to do this here. If amount is less than equal to balance, then we will update the balance and we'll return true. If it is not less than, then we'll return false, because we do not have sufficient balance, we have to return false. It will not be, we will not be able to withdraw the money more than the balance. Okay, so that's done. Now I'll create one more method to get the balance, public double get balance. Okay, now it will fetch the balance. So what it will return, I'll return the balance here, balance. Okay, this balance will be updated. Now I'll be creating an object. So to create an object, what we do, we use new keyword, new bank account, new bank yeah, new bank account. What is happening here? Okay, we'll create main method and we'll have new bank account. Okay, now you see it has already given us 3 parameters because this new bank account is nothing but this constructor. You see, when I'm clicking on this open declaration, it is going here. So I'll have to give here the account number. Let's say the account number is AC001. Okay, and next the owner name. This is owner name is Jitendra, and I have 1 million. But let's not than that. 1 million. 10 minutes. More than that can put us into trouble. Maybe income tax can read us. Okay, so do not put more than this value. Okay. So this is account 1, this is account 2, and let me give account 2 name JK, and it has 1000 rupees. And this is account 2, and this is account 1. Okay, so this is done. Now what we will do, we'll deposit some money. First, let's say I do not have much money here. I'll deposit some money. Deposit. How much do I want to deposit? I want to deposit 2000. So after depositing, what I'll do, I'll get the balance. So account 2 dot get balance. I'll get the balance for account 2. So let's run it. So this program is complete now. Let's run it. Let's see what we'll get. So we have got 3000. So after getting added, like this account balance, account 2 balance was what? Before that, let me get you before this only. Before it was 1000, and after depositing 2000, it became 3000. So 1000 to 3000. So this is the simple program to see how we can create an object, and the parameters we have defined, and the methods we can define here, and method we can use it in main method. Why main method? Main method is used to call the because JVM always pick the main method to run the program, so that's why we use this main method, right? So we have created 2 accounts. In 2 accounts we have updated balance. Let's withdraw on. Let's withdraw from account 1, and I want to withdraw all. Withdraw 10 million. I have withdrawn all, and now I'll check the balance. Let's check the balance first. Account 1 balance, and later also I'll check the balance, and in between I'll do this. Okay, so that I understand that this is the second transaction. So you see, first time what I did, I have get balance. I have to withdraw here. So first I'll do withdraw. Okay, I have already withdrawn here. Okay, account 1 get balance. So when I have withdrawn 10 million from it, how much is it? Okay, let me have same value because I may have put more. Do you see? So the previous transaction did not go through because I have put the more amount than this. That's why it was returning false, and we did not check that. So now you see the previous balance was this. When I have withdrawn this much amount, and it gave us 0. So this is about the basic programming. Okay, now let's move on to the topic, which is encapsulation. Okay, what is encapsulation? Encapsulation is a mechanism to binding data. Data means the fields, the variables we have created, and hide their accessibility. We hide the values. We do not want to access them outside that class. So let's go back to the here. So let me, so encapsulation is what? Encapsulation we will restrict the direct access. We will restrict the direct access of the variable from outside. Okay, how do we do that? We'll achieve it using and we'll achieve it using private keyword. So how we will be doing, let's say, let's understand, but first we will understand why encapsulation. So encapsulation gives us the benefit that we are hiding the data, and data hiding does not expose our data to anyone so that they can change it or they may use it to their own benefit. So that's why we hide the data. It is hidden. Hackers cannot use it. Hidden to the outside world. First thing. Second, validation. Setters can validate the data before assigning. So what are setters? Setters are nothing but the methods to set the values, because we are hiding the data, but we'll access it, we'll set the data or get the data, we'll reassign the values. So that will be done using the setters, and the value will be get by using the getters methods. Okay. Third, the flexibility. It gives us the flexibility to what? Internal implementation can be changed without affecting the callers. So if you want to change any implementation, let's say I have one value which has to be same always, and no matter what are we sending from outside the world, it should be always same. So we'll assign the value same value we'll assign, we'll fix it, we'll not change it. And in that case we can also make it final also. So final cannot be changed. So that will be discussing later. But first, this the internal, what is the flexibility here? The internal implementation can be changed without affecting callers, from where we are calling the getter setter method, without implementing the internal implementation without affecting the callers. Callers means outside methods from where we are calling. Fourth, reusability. Reusability. So well encapsulated classes are easier to reuse. We can reuse it multiple times. So this is simple, not to explain. Next thing, 5, testability. The ability to test. The classes with clear interfaces are easier to unit test, because we have clear interface, we have the clear method to define the variables, privates, to set the value, to get the value. That's why it is easier to test. Classes with clear interfaces are easier to test. Okay, so this is the benefit. This is why we do encapsulation restrict the direct access, and our data keeps safe. Data hiding is done to the outside world, and the validation is also done. We have the flexibility here and testability also. Okay, now let's go to the Eclipse again, and let's see one example of doing this encapsulation. Okay, So let's go here and I will create one class, CLA class, and I'll give the package encapsulation. Package name is encapsulation. Encapsulation, and the class name is, let's say, employee. EMPLOY. Okay. Now, in employee class, we will define three variables, and in three variables, we will create getters and setters. Okay. So I created a class, and I'm defining the variable private int id, private string name, and private double salary. Okay. Now we'll define the getters. Getters are used to get the value. Public double get salary. DOB get salary. Okay. We'll return salary. Okay. Now we will have setup for the salary, right? So public void set salary, and what salary we have to set? Double salary. Okay. If salary is less than 0, then we can throw some error here. throw throw new illegal. This you can ignore for now, illegal argument exception, and you can also understand it's a simple way to throw an exception. We'll use throw keyword and then new illegal argument is already inbuilt in Java, and we'll give one message: salary cannot be 0, or in this case it's negative, cannot be negative. Okay, this message we can give. Okay, otherwise if it is okay, if it is good, then what we will do, this dot salary equal to salary, we'll assign salary to salary. Okay, next we have the we need to create the getter setter for name also. So let's create for name, let's public string name, string get name, and while it will return the name. Simple. Now we'll have setter public void, because it is a setter, it will not return any values, that's why we have void. Void is, when do we use void? Whenever there is no need to return value. So when we set value, we are not returning the value, that's why in setter we do not have the return type, so it's void. But in get name we are returning the name, so that's why it is a string, return type is a string. Now it would be string name, and here also we will check if name equal to null, if there is no name, or name is blank, we have a method. If it is empty, name is empty, then if it is empty or null, we will not need it, right? We'll again throw some error, throw new illegal argument exception. illegal argument exception. And what is illegal here? The name is illegal. Name cannot be empty. Name can be null or empty. Okay, so this is it. We have created successfully. No, not successfully. If it is null, if it is everything is okay, what we do? We set the name. So this is what we do. Set name, get name. This I have done manually. I have written setter getter method manually, but it can be done easily with the help of Alt Shift S. Then we have generate getter setter. So we have this select all, and we select all, and when we generate, then it will generate getter setters, fields in getter setters. So it will generate getter setters for us. Okay, so we'll do it later, but because we have already done it. Now let's do one thing. Now let's try to set and get values. So when I try to set the value, how will I be able to set the value? I'll create one new object employee, because I do not have the constructor. I have to create the constructor public to set the value. What value I have to set? I have to give, I can, this I will show you how can I use this. So you see, constructor using field, 3 fields are there. I can create constructor like this. Okay, so now we have the constructor. Now what we'll do, we'll new employee, and we'll add one value only, just to check. Employee first, what we have? ID. Let's give 1. Next we have what? Name is Chitendra. Let's say, what is the salary? Let's say 2.5 or 25000. Okay, now this will set the value. Now this will create the value. Now what we'll do, we'll set employee. So you will see, we will have this method set name. So I'll change the name. I'll set the name to Harvey. Okay, and I'll change the salary also, and dot set salary is what I'll give in millions. It's very rich. It will not take. Let's give this. That's the data type we haven't. Okay, it will go out of the range. Now we have the salary. Now SYSO, I'll get these both. Employee OYE dot get name plus I'll have salary is employee employee dot get salary. Okay, now let's run it. So you see, the Harvey Specter salary is this, but initially what I have done, I have given Jitendra and this one. Let's reduce this to this. So it's a very big value. Now it is okay. So now you see, we have the updated value. We have set the value and we have get the value using this field. So this is how it is done. We have encapsulated the private field. It cannot be accessed directly. So let's see, if I want to access it directly, ID, is it accessible? No, cannot make the static reference to non-static field ID because it is not available here. If I change it to static, it will be available. Within the class it will be available, but outside the class it will not be available. Okay, so this is encapsulation. Let's move on to the second. What was the second part? We have done encapsulation. Now let's move on to the inheritance. Inheritance. What do you mean by inheritance? Inheritance is the same concept as in biology. Inherits the property from the parent to the child. Similarly, we have in Java. In Java, the program, the class inherits the property from the parent to child. The child class will have the property, will have everything from the parent. And how do we define which one is parent, which one is child? So the concept is very simple. Whoever is extending or implementing, that is child. So let me show you. Just give me a minute. So let me define you first this. It is a mechanism by which one class, okay, which the class can be class or subclass of any other class, acquires the properties and behaviors. Behaviors means methods of another class, another parent or superclass, you can say. Super. If you want to understand it in simpler terms, understand it like this way, that we have a class A and we have a class B, and class B extending class A, then class B would be the child and it will be inheriting the values from class A. Okay. And one more thing here in inheritance. In inheritance, we do inheritance in two ways. One is with interfaces and with classes, and classes does not support. Classes do not support multiple inheritance. It means multiple classes cannot be inherited in one go, but interfaces do. Multiple inheritance, but interfaces do. I'll show you how. So this is done. The definition is part done. Let's go to the code part. Now we'll create one more class here, and it will be for inheritance. Inheritance. Okay. Let's give it a name, animal. Okay. Now this animal class has protected string name. Protected. So this is again another access specifier, access modifier, which will be accessible in the same class, same package, and while inheriting. If we do inheritation, then in inherited class, which is subclass, it will be available in the subclass also. Can be accessed in subclass also. Okay. So this is it. Now I will create constructor. Now I will not write everything. I'll just use this Alt Shift S. I have created the constructor. Now I'll go create some methods and toString method also to make it better readable. Okay. Now let's go and create orders. This is generate toString method. We need toString method to get the readable form of value. Without this, it will give us the reference. Reference is the address of the object where it will be created. Okay. Now in animal class, we'll add few more things. We'll add the behavior for this class. Its class behavior is, I'm giving some methods. This eat method is the behavior of this class. I will give so name plus and is eating. Okay. Now similarly, I will write for sleep. Okay. Write is sleeping. S-L-E-P-I-N-G. Sleeping. So I have given two methods here. One is sleeping, one is eating, and everything is set. Let's create a child class now. I'll create in this another class in the same package CLA class, and this class would be dog. As you can see, a dog is an animal, but a dog is an animal. So whenever we do inheritance, inheritance is always is a relationship. It will have the value like dog is an animal. So this is a relationship. So let's start, and I'll add few more parameter for this also. Private string, and I'll give bark, or let's say bark, and I'll create one thing now. See, because I will extend it. So extend animal. So see what happened here. Did you see? I have extend animal with dog. So what this extend? Extend is a keyword to inherit the another class behavior. So it has inherited the animal, okay, from the dog has the property of animal now. So what it gives us the name, int age, which we have here, name and age, and we can add one more thing here, which we have added here, extra, which will be string bark. Okay, and what we'll give, we'll call the super here, and this dot bark equal to bark. Okay, this we have done. We have, this is the constructor of these two things comes from animal, because dog is a child of animal. Now I'll add new behavior, public void bark. So yes, so, and I'll give name plus says woof. Okay, so this behavior I have added in this, and I'll create one toString method for this also, so that the readability is better. Okay, so I have created this, but dog bark. Okay, now let's go to the main method. I'll write the main method, where I'll write here only. Let's write here main. Now I'm creating an object of dog, new dog Dog name is Tony, and this is 3, age is 3, and uh, let's let's this is the behavior we have given, so let's give it breed here. So breed, okay, and we'll create this overriding again. No hash code, will have generate toString. toString for breed we have to. Okay, I'll give breed here local, or we say Indian breed, Indian husky. Okay, now we have dog, and the dog name is Tony, age is 3, and it is Indian dog. Now what we are trying to do here, we'll call dog.eat, and then we'll call dog.bark. So you see here dog.eat is not the method of dog. We have not written any method dog.eat here, but it will inherit from animal. So when I clicked here, it comes to the parent class. So you'll see dog.eat will say the dog is eating, and that's why yes. So I'll print the dog here. It will print the dog. This value it will print, and it will say dog is eating, and Tony says woof. So one method is coming from animal, another method is coming from dog. This is the magic of inheritance. What inheritance does, inheritance gives us the property. It takes all the property from the parent. This is the parent, and this is the child. We have the parent property here, eat. And if I go for this also, let's say I am doing this sleep method is also in where, it is also in animal class, which is parent. So Tony is sleeping, so we got the property from animal. So this is inheritance, where we get the property from animal, from parent to child. Okay, so this is what, this is inheritance. And let me explain you the types of inheritance also. We have 5 types of inheritance. Types of inheritance, and the first one is single inheritance. First is single inheritance, which we have done. We have inherited single only inheritance. Second is multi-level. Multi-level is what, where class C extends B and B extends A, extends A. This is chain of inheritance. This is multi-level. Now third is hierarchical. H-I-E-R-A-R-C, hierarchical. Hierarchical means multiple classes all extends to the same class. There are multiple classes and all extends to the same. Okay, fourth one is multiple inheritance via interface. Multiple inheritance via interfaces. So in interfaces, how do we do it? Let me show you quickly. Let's create one interface. CL interface. Let's get a interface A I have created. Interface B and interface C. So you see multiple inheritance is achieved with the help of this. So I can do it extends B comma C. So you see it is accepting. But if I do this extends animal comma employee, employee is another class, it will not accept it because it is not made for multiple inheritance. So we cannot do multiple inheritance in classes. Okay, so this is multiple inheritance. So this is done. This is 4. Now the last one is hybrid. Last one is hybrid. Hybrid is combination of both. Combination of both. So let's try to show you here. I have done extend and then I'll try to implement a. So this is hybrid. I have extend animal and I have implemented a. So this is hybrid. Okay, so this is what inheritance is. Now we have 2 more topics, polymorphism and abstraction. We'll cover it in the next video.